Hey guys, Nabal here. Today I'm going to talk about features that we have on the APA bow pertaining to the tunability. Okay, so there's so many other features that we have on here that would take quite a bit more time to discuss and explain, but we're going to focus only on the tunability, which we decided to focus on for 2022 across all of the APA dual cam lineup. All right, so the first thing I want to show you is our center shot zone. Okay, so we have a machined groove on the riser as well as on the carry handle right here, showing you where your arrow needs to be as it goes in, when it is in the launch position and gets shot out of the bow. Okay, so this allows you to adjust your knock point on your D loop up or down to get it so that the arrow is sitting square to those machined lines. Now you know this is the spot it needs to be. So really you don't need a bow square. Just by simply looking at the bow from a side view, you know where your arrow is at. Okay, once you've done that, okay, now you need to ask yourself, okay, where is my center shot need to be on this bow, right? And we get many people call and ask that question. So what we did is in the tool center you have your cam lock pin. On the cam lock pin we've laser etched a line showing you where the center shot needs to be for this bow. At least it'll get you extremely close. Okay, so there's the pin right here. You can see there's a etched line on there. Now you just simply insert that pin into a hole that we machined directly above the arrow path. Okay, so now once you did that, you can now get your arrow into the launch position, and you can adjust your left and right on the arrow rest until your arrow is directly in line with the etched mark on the cam lock pin. Now you've been able to adjust your left and right as well as your up and down on the rest. Okay, once that's achieved, you could pull that out, put your cam lock pin in the tool center, and lock it. Now remember, this same cam lock pin is what's used to lock your cam and change your cables and strings in the field without a bow press at any time in a matter of seconds. Okay, so it's got now two functions to it. So it's always with you when you need it. It's right there. You could check reference, you know, did my arrow rest get bumped, is everything out? You just pull it out, you could look at it, no, it's all good, you put it back, which is really nice, you know. Now next we done is to make the bow even more tunable. Okay, we introduced our variable yoke technology. So it's a floating yoke system. So now you no longer have to add and remove twists from your yokes to get the cam to sit level. It will automatically set itself. And why it works so well with this particular bow is we're still using a solid limb design. So instead of having two limbs, sometimes one being a little weaker than the other, and that's what causes usually a problem with a floating yoke system, is one limb is a little weaker than the other, so you need to now add a twist on one side or the other to try to fix that problem. But with our limb, the testing that we've done, we found by just simply putting this on here, it will automatically set the cam where it needs to be for your cam lean. Okay, so this is a great benefit, especially when running a solid limb design. Okay, now the next thing we did to make it even further easier to tune the bow is your limb driven arrow rest. Many people like to attach the rope to the limb on the side of the fork or around both sides or so on. So there's always a bit of variation, I guess. When you fire the bow, you could be putting a little bit of extra torque on one side or the other because the rope is pulling on the rest on that side. Now, what we did is we put a torque-free limb anchor, which is located right at the base of the fork on the limb, allowing you to attach your rope right dead center in the limb. And then you feed the rope through the limb, out the bottom, and down to the rest. So now when the bow fires, it's all the load is spread evenly between both sides, minimizing torque again. Okay, so now once you've done what I just told you. Now I've been able to set up this bow basically with no laser levels or bow squares or anything, just the way I'm just explaining it to you right now. Of course, you want to make sure now, only thing you have to do is make sure your cam timing is set in place. And I'm going to just show you how quick and easy that is on this bow, okay? Now, let's say I wanted to make a fairly big change in my cam timing. Let's say I need to add a twist to the cable or 2 twists to the cable. This is how simple this would be, okay? So you just loosen the cam lock, slide the pin out, okay? Now what I do, I'm just going to show you on the bottom cam here. I just simply hold the cable in my hand, squeeze it towards the riser, slide the pin in, like that. There you go. The cable is now loose, okay? I can remove it, add a twist, remove a twist, okay? Put it back. If I want to actually add a smaller increment of a twist, I just go to the opposite side. This is the same cable. This is the Y. I could take it off on one side, add a half a twist on this side, or a full twist. That gives me even a smaller increment, so I can be very precise on how much I'm adding or removing from this cable. Right now, once I got it where I want it, again, I just simply squeeze the handle on the cable towards the riser, slide the pin out, and I'm done. Okay, so I can just simply put this back into my tool center, lock it in place. I'm finished. I guess more of an aggressive timing adjustment. Now, once I got it that close, then I just simply go right to the micro tune on the bow. And if I want to make a small adjustment between the 2 cams to get them just perfectly in sync, then you just simply use your micro tune. That is basically loosen your lock screw on the back side. That's the red knob. And by turning the bottom adjustment screw in or clockwise, it will advance the bottom cam. If I turn it counterclockwise, it will slow down the bottom cam. And that way I can synchronize my cams perfectly to each other. Once they're set, I just simply tighten them down and they will not go loose. So now, by doing all these steps, we found by using the proper spine arrow, the right arrow length, to match your bow, within 2 or 3 shots, this bow will shoot a bullet hole through the paper. So, very excited about that, and I look forward to see what you guys think when you get some of these bows in your hands, and we always look forward to your feedback. Thank you again for watching all our videos and your support.